Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Berdel Warrior here. And if you look at my topic today is what love got to do with it. So hold on a second. Let me get over here. Hold on a second. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a super awesome day. So topic is what love got to do with it. So I was thinking about that this morning and I said, oh, I remember that's the song, right? So this song was released by Tina Turner in 1984. What love got to do with it, okay? So if you think about it, okay, what does it have to do with anything, right? What love has to do with it? So she talks about apparently it's like a physical a boy meets a girl, right, and opposite attracts, right, and she talks about it's not a physical, it's logical, right, stuff like that. Okay, so when you think about it, right, what does love got to do with it? Answer the question. What does it have to do with it? Love has everything to do with everything we do, right? So, for instance, you might be a mom, a stay-at-home mom. You might be a mom, a working mom, a working dad, a working brother, a retired person, wherever you find yourself, right? But think about it. If you're a working person, a working mom, a working dad, right? Hey, Val, hope you're having a super awesome Wednesday. So if you think you're a working mom, a working dad, right? And why do you work, right? Why do you work? You say, okay, I work because I have children to feed, right? I have a roof to put over their head, right? But then so you ask the question, what does love has to do with it, right? What does love have to do with it? Love has everything to do with it, right? Hey, Barbara, love has everything to do with it, right? You're doing those things because you love your child, you love your kids, you love your spouse, you love, and that's why you make the sacrifice to go out there to work. Some people are maybe network marketer and they are marketing online. They found a better and easier way to just, doing like a 7-second commute and just go from their bedroom to their office space within the home, right? They don't have to go into that traffic and all that stuff. But everything is still based on love, right? So you might say, okay, Berdel, I really don't love my job. I just go there because I got to provide for my family, right? But think about it. Is there something, maybe one thing that you love about that job, right? Think about it, one thing that you love. Okay, think about the love part of it. What is it, the one thing that you love doing about the job? So you need to bring that in and raise that vibration. So instead of you saying maybe I only love it 10%, you need to bring it up at least to 100%. Think about it, 100%, because the more you do in love, the more you get back in love. Okay, so if you have this negative feeling about, you know what, I don't want to be here and I'm only here for one purpose, whatever, or maybe it's just a job to get you to the next level. That is great. Just acknowledge that that's the reason why you are there. But don't make it such an issue that you feel, you dread going to work. That's what I'm trying to say. You dread being there, right? You are doing it for a reason, for a purpose. So because of that purpose, have that purpose when you walk in there and make that commitment. You have made that commitment, right? When you came and you accepted that job, you made a commitment, right, to be there whatever time, 8 o'clock to 5, 8 o'clock to 4, 9 to 5, whatever that is, right? It's a commitment, right? We make commitments daily. We, in relationships, we are married, we made a commitment, right? I know there's some people that don't like commitment, right? They get into a relationship for whatever reason and there's no commitment on either side, right? Meaning that they decided that they might not want to get married for whatever reason, but then they have not really made that commitment. So I am not talking about that group of people. I'm talking to the individuals that have made a commitment. Because when we make a commitment, it's different. It's a different viewpoint. Does that make sense? It's a different viewpoint when we make a commitment. When you make a commitment to your job, it's a different standpoint. Instead of saying, okay, I'm just only here for, for them to just give me whatever. So you just sit there and waste time. You are not supposed to be sitting there wasting time when God has given you that job or that opportunity in order for you to grow and expand. Yes, that might be a stepping stone to get you to the next level, but you don't sit there and waste time doing nothing on that job. They're paying you for a reason, right? Okay, so you made a commitment, so stick with the commitment. We make commitments to we get animals and we bring them into the home, and then we got to feed them. We got to make sure that they have water, and then some of us take them for a walk, right? Those are commitment. We making commitment, right? But all of that is based on what? Going back to what love got to do with it? Has everything to do with it, right? Because if you did not love that animal that you seen, and maybe you went to, I don't know, maybe to the pound and you saw the animal, and maybe you went to a friend's home and you bought the animal, whatever, right? There's love is the drawing point in that, right? And so you think about it. So was another part of the song say, what love has to do with it, talk about a second-hand emotion. Okay, so when we think about that, and then it talks about a heart that is broken, and then it goes on talking about I've been thinking about my own protection. Okay, so when we're thinking about we don't want to say get hurt in whatever relationship we are. I'm talking about some a committed person. You don't want to get hurt, but isn't that what all love is about? How are you going to not commit, saying that I'm going to get hurt, right? I don't know, sometimes we as individuals, we don't want to make a commitment because we want to get hurt. But if you don't give the commitment and give yourself 100% in there, how you expect it to work, right? So then you have blinders on and say, well, I'm not going to do this because this might happen. But because you are saying that already, it will happen, right? Because that is the spirit that you are drawing from, right? Instead of saying, I'm going to go in here and give it all, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, since I made a commitment, I'm going to go ahead and get married and then just do it the right way, the way God called us to do it. That doesn't mean that it's going to be right or we're going to get it right. I mean, we are human beings, right? We are two people coming from two different backgrounds. So there are going to be issues, right? There are going to be issues. Some of us come from different countries. There's different culture that we have to get used to, right? But when I think about what love has to do with it, it has everything to do with it. If you think about, here is God. Even before he created this universe, he already had a plan in place just in case men decide to do something else. Men decided to come off the path that he had laid out for them, right? He had a plan in place. He was committed that he had a plan in place just in case we decided that we don't want to serve him or want to walk with him, right? So then it's a free will, right? He gave us free will. We're not like robots and God said, just go this road and we're going. No, he gives us free choices. It's not like an animal, no choice, right? He just do whatever you tell him to do or whatever. But human beings are not made that way. And I believe sometime, I know, men and women get in a relationship thinking that the other person's supposed to be a doormat. I don't know why. And thinking that they not need to be thinking for themselves, which in God created us equal, but we all have a different responsibility. There's responsibility for the husband, there's responsibility for the wife. But with all that, it's still based on love. Love is the foundation, right? So if you think about it, if you look at John 3:16, it says, for God so loved the world that he gave us his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Listen, that was in before the beginning. Isn't that awesome? So when we think about what love has to do with it, and then she goes on talking about, it's a sweet old-fashioned emotion. So when I think about that, what she just said, in that song, in the song she talks about, okay, I could bring it back to the love of Jesus, love of Jesus. I know when I had my sons, and I used to take them to church, and there's songs that goes like, we always teach our kids, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. When we think about that, and the kids always humming it in the house, Jesus loves me. But he loves us so much till he made the ultimate sacrifice, and that was his son. He gave us his son. And so you as a mother, you as a father, you as a brother, as sister, wherever you find yourself, right? Okay. Wherever you find yourself, you might be on that job, but you're there for a reason, right? You are there for a reason. Here these guys messing with my cat again. So you are there for a reason, right? So because you're there for a reason, just come from a place of love. Maybe you don't love everything, but find one thing that you love, okay? And because you're coming from a place of love, God is going to take you higher because he has called you to greatness. So maybe you are at a place and maybe you're not quite sure of why you're there, or maybe God has called you to use your God given gifts, talents, and ability to go higher in him. If that's you, just feel free to just go ahead and like my video, and then make a comment saying maybe you want more information, and then share it. There must be, if it's not for you, there must be somebody that this could be that this message could be valuable to them. Okay, so just share it, ladies and gentlemen, share it. So when we think about love, what love has to do with it? Love has everything. Has everything. Hey, Katie. Hey, love has everything to do with it. So whenever we are at a place, or maybe at a decision point of view, and we're thinking, what should I do? What should I do? That logo they had, WDG, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do in whatever situation you find yourself? What would he do? And you come from that place. Because if you come from that place, you're not going to go wrong, right? You're not going to go wrong once you come from that place. And here it is. You just take the one step that you need to do. One step. Right now, I've asked you to make a comment. I go all over in Central Valley, and people see me and they say, "Oh, I love your video," and it's great that they tell me that, but I don't know unless I go to those places and they tell me. But wouldn't it be great that if you've seen the video and you like it, wouldn't it be nice for if you just make a like, just like. I mean, how long is that going to take you? Maybe a few seconds to just make a comment, maybe something you like, maybe a point of view that you maybe have your own point of view on something, right? It's not what we're here for, to lift up each other, right? To help each other on their journey, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing as brothers and sisters? One of the other things that, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, we are. We are our brother's keepers, right? So when you think about what love has to do with it, love has everything to do with it. He loves you so much that he gave the ultimate price. He gave us his son, and his son died for us. So when we think about what love has to do with, it comes from love, 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 love. So ladies and gentlemen, continue to love yourself, number one. Then you love the different members within your family. And then you take that love into the community. And do you think about it? Think about it. What love has to do with it? If we come from a place of love, wouldn't you think there would be more love in the world? Would be more love in the church? Would be more love in the home? More love in the community, right? Because if you think about it, God made a rainbow of people from all different walks of life, right? All different walks of life. And he died for everyone, whether they believe or whether they don't believe, right? He died for all of us, right? And he's giving us an opportunity to say today, you hear my word, just come to me, come as you are, surrender your life to me, and I will take you places that you wouldn't believe possible, right? That's all. When we think about what love has to do with it, my brother, my sister, it has everything, right? Has everything to do with it. So remember that Jesus paid the ultimate price. And why? Because he loved you so much. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, this is Berdel Warrior. And don't you forget that I love you. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.